It would have been easy for him to do like Avengers 12 or Fast and Furious 14 or something, or I don't know, whatever, right? These sequels, that's where people make the money. But ultimately, he did something original, which was beautiful. And how many of y'all, give me a yes if you've seen Sinners. How many of y'all seen this movie? Give me a yes if you've seen it. If you have not seen Sinners, I encourage you to go see it, man. I mean, I watched it, and I love Ryan Coogler. I love the vision and the creativity. I also love the way he and Michael B. Jordan have maintained a healthy relationship that's healthy enough for them to keep going there and winning championships together. And that's something. This is one of the reasons why in the Black Business School we have the first ever Black financial therapy department. We work with the best therapists in our community to help us to heal from the trauma that causes us to fracture our relationships. Right? When you get mad at that brother that you're doing business with, you ain't got to punch him out. You ain't got to go and cuss nobody out and cut people off. You can work it out. Conflict resolution is a critical and essential component to making money in business. Do y'all understand that? Do you believe me when I say that? Let me know if you believe me. Really, if you can get along, look at these two guys. Look at these two. They could have been out fighting. They could be on the internet talking shit about each other. Man, that motherfucker, man, I was hooking him up, right? I was putting him in movies and everything. And then he started tripping. So if I see him, it's on site, man. It's on site, right? That juvenile, immature behavior that you see sometimes from black men, I think that that's inappropriate. That's not, so the best way to defeat an enemy, in case you want to know and get an Uncle Boy's tip on this, the best way to defeat an enemy is not to defeat the enemy. The best way to defeat an enemy is to see if you can turn that enemy into a friend. Turn the enemy into a friend. Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example that just happened this week. I know somebody's gonna get mad at me for bringing it up, but I don't give a shit. I'm gonna talk about this. Does anybody know about Corey Holcomb? And there's another guy. He has Antoine Daniels. He has glasses and a beard. I jokingly said he reminded me like a cross-eyed Rick Ross, but that's not right. You shouldn't talk that way. That ain't right. So anyway, Corey and Antoine got into it, and then when they got into it, then Kwame Brown gets into it with Antoine, and then you got all these black men, each of them with hundreds of thousands of followers, fighting in public. And there's some people who like this. Some people like to watch black men going at it, taking each other out. I mean, I saw the little conflict between Corey and Antoine, and it was ugly. It was sad to watch. It was like, whoa, somebody about to get punched right now. Now, here's the part about this that I got to step in and talk about is some of these guys are in their 40s, maybe 50 years old. Um, and you can contrast that. When I look at Ryan and Michael B. Jordan, not to put them on a pedestal, but these guys are showing what happens when you get along, when you work through any differences you have. And I'm sure that they've had conflict, but they work through it and they collaborate as opposed to on this other side where it's like competition, it's fighting, constant fighting. This happens a lot in hip hop. This is what made it kind of difficult for me to hang out with Damon Dash and Kanye West and all that. They're always trying to outdo you. There's always like a competition. So here's what I was thinking. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was interested in the conflict with Anton and Corey and Kwame because all three of these guys at one point, if you search through the archives of the internet, you go swimming through the web, you'll find times where each one of them at some point has decided to attack me. Each one of them at some point has, for whatever reason, decided that week that Boyce Watkins was enemy number one. And maybe I was, maybe I did something where I deserved it. I have no idea because I make people mad because I tend to just say what I see. I try to be logical when I talk about things, and sometimes that makes people mad.